Hey everybody, Jay and Manion here at the NPC Photo Gym, and we're here to do the very first Road to the Arnold / Road to the Olympia. And I'm here with IFBB Bikini Pro,
Jazzy Bros.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
Good. So, first time here, what do you think?
Wow, I'm like overwhelmed. Just, you were telling us stories just now, so there's so much history, just a wealth of information to really know about just the NPC Photo Gym itself.
Yeah, it's a lot of people, they come here, they're not sure what to expect.
No.
Did you think it was this big, or did you think it was smaller?
I thought it was actually much smaller.
Because you only see bits and pieces,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. But no, it's probably one of the best gyms that I've been able to see. Very old school feeling, it's a little muggy in here, so it just makes you feel
It's a lot muggy in here.
Makes you feel grungy.
So would you say that this gym would definitely be defined as colossal?
Hashtag that, colossal for real.
We'll get back to colossal in a minute. All right, so listen. So you're going to the Arnold. How does that feel?
I'm still, I guess, processing it, you go and apply and you're just like, I'm gonna just throw my name into the hat, and I just threw my name in and no expectations, I hadn't won a show at the point of, the applications having to be sent, so I was like, I do place pretty well, but there's so many bikini pros out there. Let's just see. And, after our little Miami photo shoot, I'm sitting in my car, my phone's blowing up. I'm like, what is going on? And it's everybody in the curly hair photo shoot text message group, freaking out. And I'm like, what is going on? And I finally see the list, and I was like, oh!
Now, mind you, for almost 8 hours on this boat, I had to listen to all of them talking about how they were hoping to get invited to the Arnold. And I already knew who was. And do you know how hard that was not to slip up?
Hey, you did good though, not a single word.
I pretty much had told Debbie, basically, if I go to slip, punch me, pinch me, do something, right? And this is like, oh my God, I put my application out, and I'm just like, come on, let's shoot some more. There's
three of us, right? Yeah, three of us. Four of us. Oh, who was it? Me, Jordan, Jen, and Brina. Oh my goodness, yeah. Wow. 4 of us, 4 out of the 10. Almost half of us are on the boat with you, and you're like.
Yes. And that was tricky navigating not to slip up.
Yeah, so it's still surreal to me, I'm just excited to get out there. Once I guess, just like with my first Olympia, once my heels hit the stage, it'll all just come rushing in.
Yeah, and you get to make history, and this is a very different Arnold than has ever happened. No expo this year, it's just a straight contest, only 4 divisions, Yeah,
and it's super exclusive, very small.
Yes, 10 competitors in each. I think the men's bodybuilding has a couple more.
Yeah.
And but qualification points, for 2022 Olympia, you win it, you're automatically in the 22 Olympia. But now you don't have to worry about that because you're going to the Olympia this year already because you just won the
Pacific USA Championships in San Diego.
Yeah, after coming off a couple of close wins there.
Yeah, I did within that 4 shows back to back. I started at Texas Pro the week after. I went to Atlanta for Chicago Pro the week after. I went to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico for that show. And then I finished it off at home.
You're adopted home.
I adopted home.
She's a PA girl or she wouldn't be standing here.
That's right, though. Allentown.
So the reason that you're actually here this time, tell everybody why you're traveling through Pittsburgh to go back home.
So I have my 10-year high school reunion on Saturday, so it's going to be pretty crazy, just coming off. I was like, might as well set up doing my Road to Olympia, Road to Arnold right here.
Yeah. Yeah, it just worked out perfect.
It really did.
Yeah. So how does it feel now, knowing that you're going to the 2 biggest contests in the industry?
Honestly, it feels like a relief.
I know you've been in the Olympia, but this is like a back-to-back thing, right?
Yeah, I think it's a relief that I obviously got my qualification and I'm ready now to just run and gun and put my all into these 2 shows. But what's even better, it's 2 weeks apart. You know, you hit the Arnold, 2 weeks later, you improve for the Olympia. And
Right.
what's great is like the Arnold, like it's super exclusive, just 10 ladies who are all going to be at the Olympia. So I'm already going to get great judging feedback from that to apply into the Olympia. So I think it's a great setup.
It's basically
this
like
year.
the pre-Olympia.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're going to really see how things shake out there.
Yeah. See where I stand, where I measure up with
And then
you know,
you have
some
2
of the
weeks.
top.
Then you have 2 weeks to make adjustments,
Exactly.
if needed.
Yeah.
If needed, right?
Yeah.
All right. So people don't know you. Give them a little background as to how you got into training.
Into training.
Yeah.
So I was in the Marine Corps for 6 years. My last year in, I had went through some trials and tribulations in my own life, and I had started training like before then, but due to like a marriage, I got out of it, you know, craziness there. And then after that kind of went to the wayside, I had to find something that made me feel good, and I got back into training, and I had like, when I first ever started training in 2016, it was because of a friend who actually was competing that was also in the military. We both were in Japan. We were partying, drinking, smoking cigarettes. That was our lifestyle out there. But she left, came to States, and started doing that. And when I left Japan and came to States, I seen it, and I was like, I just want to start training. You know, I just want to get into it. I don't want to compete or anything like that, but I thought that looked cool.
Right.
And then I got into the training, and then I took that little bit of a break. And then when, you know, the marriage kind of went away, I was like, let me get back into something that I felt like gave me power, gave me confidence. And I hired a local trainer to pretty much prep me for my first show. So December 2016 is when I started my first prep and got into it. You know, what it did for me is I had went through 3 different suicide attempts, and on that last one, which was a month after I started my first prep, like I was like, this is it. It's enough. You know, I'm the one who ultimately has control, and that's what the process of bodybuilding, the process of prep helped me understand is I have so much control over so many variables
Right.
that directly reflect off of my physique. I was like, having that ultimate control like gave me such a sense of like power and just so much confidence, and that's why I continued to do it. And I hit my first show, got 6th place, but 8 months later I won my pro card, so I was just going after it, man.
And you won your pro card where?
At NPC Nationals in Miami in 2017.
Yeah. So now you turned pro. What were your expectations when you turned pro at that point?
Well, to be honest, I didn't even know, like, I was turning pro. So it's top 2, you know? And I think it was my class was the only class that only had 5 girls in it, unlike the other one had 6, and you knew, like, kind of the 2 in the middle were going to get their pro card.
Right.
So it was just 5, and so I'm like, okay, I'm not getting first place. I wasn't in the middle, so I'll go back, and coach at the time was like, oh no, you get it. And I'm like, what do you mean? I was on the outside of the middle, like I'm not getting my pro
Right.
card. And he's like, top 2 gets their pro card here. I was like, oh, all right, now this is different. Now this is different. And the thing is, NPC Nationals, I think it was a 2-day show?
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. So you have to go to sleep Friday, wake up Saturday, and be like, I gotta go and do this again. And so after I won, like, that's where I was like, I really need to get serious, like, more so, and understand what this industry is about, because when I did my first show, I had no idea what the NPC or IFBB was. I didn't even know there was a pro league. I went and did my first national show and got 4th place and didn't even know what that meant. Everybody's like mind blown. I had gone 6th, then 2nd place at another show, local show, went and did Junior USA's and got 4th in a plain purple bikini too, no gems. And I had no idea that that was like, whoa to people. Like, I was just like, I'm coming up to do my thing, you know? Like, I'm telling you, the state of my mind at that point was like, this was the best thing I was doing. I didn't even care like how anything was
Right.
at that point. But once I became pro, I started to realize, okay, there's a lot to this. There's levels to this, and I really, really want to be invested. So I had no expectations when I first started. I just knew that I was going in with an open mind and open heart to grasp what I needed to.
And look where you are now.
Oh man, it's insane.
Crazy, right?
It is.
All right. So, talking about crazy, talk about the curly hair shoot.
Ooh.
Okay? Something that started as an idea at the 2019 Olympia. 2020 totally derailed the whole idea, which I think kind of worked in our favor. Not everybody that was on that shoot would have been on that shoot in 2020.
No, because we picked people up along the way to pretty much get on board.
So, as everybody knows, I did the shoot, but talking with other people and people like the other coaches and things and some of the other women, what did you take away from that? Because everybody is taken away, it seems like almost the exact same thing they keep telling me, and I'm just curious what your takeaway was on being on that trip with those 2.5, 3 days with all those other women.
I just thought it was, a trip to really be able to embrace our naturalness. Like, for so long, especially when I actually came into the industry, when I won my pro card, I had curly hair. But after that point, I was told that, certain judges preferred bone straight. And so I went and wore wigs for a while because that's what I thought was preferred. However, something in me kept fighting it, and then because of you and Debbie, like being like, oh, naturalness and all this stuff, and then
especially Debbie,
and then when in 2019 there was talks of the curly hair photo shoot, it kind of sparked a little bit of like an inspiration in me to like kind of, okay, let me get a curly haired wig, but then it still wasn't me, and getting to the shoot, like Debbie, all the compliments of our hairs, everybody's like different styles of curls, waves, whatever it was, the diversity of the women there, we had black women, white women, Latinas up in there. It was just beautiful to see, and so taken away from that, I just was able to
see, all I saw was curly hair.
Yeah, I'm like, I was able to, the comments that came out.
I know exactly what you're saying.
People were trying to be weird about it, but...
They still are, even on the video.
It's a curly hair shoe, this is exactly what it is. We're here trying to show the industry that we should embrace what we were born with and rock it because it looks great on us. So that's what I walked away with.
No, I remember one thing that pretty much everybody said leaving the boat that hadn't always competed with curly hair, that that's it.
That's it.
That's what they're competing with.
I'm never going back.
And look, you ended up winning the Pacific.
I know, with my hair like this, half up, half down too.
Yeah. So the other thing is, I think you all bonded pretty well, right?
Unbelievably, there was no negative energy, none of that cattiness that you anticipate being around a bunch of different personalities, especially women, and then women of a high status or stature, they think that they're at a certain level. So nobody came off as egotistical or snooty or anything like that. We all vibed so well from beginning to end.
And honestly, that when Serge had brought up the idea of a boat, I'm thinking a couple of hours. I didn't realize that we were actually going to be on the boat for almost 8 hours. That could have been a recipe for disaster.
We almost had a recipe for disaster.
Hitting the waves.
On the way to
but
the
I mean,
plane.
as far as all the personalities and stuff.
Oh my God.
Because being out on the beach is one thing, and we did different things, and then we did a group shot. But now you're in a confined quarters where you can only go the length of the boat.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it was just...
Everybody, actually what we missed was we should have had a GoPro underneath because there was a whole other party going on down there, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
Come back to get somebody else, but they had their phones and stuff hooked up to the Bluetooth, jamming, and...
We were just dancing, having a good time until it teaching us how to do this weird, hip thing, Still can't get it.
I think we're going to have to do a video of her teaching you.
It has to be here, she's going to have to tutorial, I'm going to try.
Yeah, and I got to be honest, I mean, that shoot was different than any other shoot I've ever done. It's just the whole thing was, like you said, nobody was a diva, okay? Everybody worked well together. I mean, everything from, even the suit maker to the makeup and tanning and, having Sergio, having Zach there doing the behind the scenes.
Captain was there, everybody was on point.
Yeah, I mean, no, Sergio brought the captain member to Monday night on the beach. I don't think that she knew what she was getting into either until she saw all of you. And I also think that's kind of the reason we got to stay a lot longer on the boat. Because at the end, she just kind of cruised us around Biscayne Bay and up and down Miami a little bit without us even shooting. So we did have a little bit of a break. Then we got off and we did a whole bunch of stuff in the marina, which you saw. On, if you didn't see the videos, they're up on NPC News Online and the YouTube page. So, but I have something that I know you haven't seen yet. It says, do not move, stay right there. Okay, so this came in the mail yesterday.
Oh, snap. What is this?
So, I'm gonna flip through this MD. I'll give them a little prop, okay, because they've been doing a bunch of stuff. So, I'll hand this to you first.
What? No way! Can I show them?
Turn it around.
Oh my goodness! Yo, we have a full spread! What is that? Yo, I am done. Oh.
It's not just one picture.
Oh my gosh.
Keep going.
We are it's the first magazine. Oh my god. Wow. I can't. Oh my god, JM. JM.
You're the first one that got to see this.
I'm gonna need to go pick up one of these. Oh my god. Yo. This is fucking crazy. Bleep.
Now,
Wow.
the art director for MD actually came up with the title.
Curls with curves. Wow.
Now, I think this
Look
has
at our
become the
booties.
iconic shot though, right?
Yeah, look at our booties. Like, look at those booties. Oh, goodness gracious, Jan, this is amazing. Wow. An MD. Okay.
Yeah, it literally, Debbie showed it to me yesterday.
Wow.
Now, I had shown Etela and Brina just on a phone, like that was going to be happening, but to actually see the magazine, you're the first one.
Wow. I feel
You're the
honored.
first one to hold it in your hands.
I feel honored. Thank you so much, Dan.
So was that more than you expected?
That was way more than I expected. I was
To see you kind of speechless is making me pretty damn happy right now, because as we all know, Jazzy really doesn't stop talking, right, Mom? Yeah. Mom's over there. Have you ever really seen her like this? Yeah, a couple times. Good.
Wow.
So you're happy?
I love it. I can't wait to go and buy like 30 of them just cause and be like, no, Nadia, I can have them. Okay?
Give me the checkout counter. That's me.
That's me right there.
That's me.
Hey, you need to buy this because I'm in it here. I'll
Yeah.
sign it for you just cause.
Yeah.
Okay, just buy it. Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you're happy?
I love it.
All right. Well, listen, do you want to give a shout out to anybody else before we sign off here?
Oh, wow, yes. So I'd love to give a shout out to my sponsor, Sean. She has been with me since the very beginning. She's not just a sponsor, she's a dear friend, great mentor. She's been with me since before I even won my pro card, when I did my second show ever in the NPC, and has supported my journey and pushed me to the top. And also, hi, Mom.
Wait. I know who Sean is, but does everybody else know? There's a lot of people named Sean. You could at least give her last name.
Yes. Sean
You're welcome. You're welcome, Sean.
Hector Lewis with Sean's Couture. She's absolutely a gem, and anyone who needs just somebody to support them, push them, she's out there giving free information, all this knowledge about bikini, wellness, figure, all the women's divisions. She does so much for us. So
well, what I like about Sean, as well as a lot of other coaches, if they don't know, they call us.
Exactly. She's forever learning, and she's been in this industry over 10 years.
Every seminar that I swear that I've been a part of on the East Coast, she's been there.
Yes,
with questions.
She stays on it, and even
Right.
though she hasn't competed in like 3-4 years, she's on it, and I'm like thinking like she's just so invested, and that's somebody, if I would want to emulate anybody in this industry, it would be her. Like her work
Right.
ethic, her character, just her integrity, just her. And then of course my mother, I wouldn't be where I'm at without her. I'm gonna leave it at that before I cry, okay?
All right. Well, this is Jay and Manion
Jasmine Gonzalez.
signing out for NPC News Online. We'll see you in Columbus and Orlando. So, in here, because when I first started,
It's messed
I
up.
wouldn't do that, and my head would be cut
Actually, I
off.
switched faces because my edge on this side is messed up. My edge is.
We good now?
We could.
This is a blooper.
I'm happy that